Welcome, everybody, to the PWZ podcast. This is Rick Del Santo. We're going to be talking about a lot of professional wrestling that's going on in the New England area today. But today, specifically, we will be talking about Connecticut. I am joined here today by Talkin Tommy Sabin. What's going on, my friend?
The one and only Professor. Thank you again for having me. Your good old friend, the good-looking, lady-loving, Talkin Tommy, has returned to the PWZ podcast, Professor. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor to be in your presence and to be on PWZ. We do indeed have a big weekend of professional wrestling coming your way this Friday, specifically this Friday and Saturday, as we have on Friday night, coming your way in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We are going to have Coliseum Pro Wrestling Clash in the Coliseum. That's going to be a banger of a show. And then Saturday night, also in Bridgeport, at the same location, Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling presents Mega Clash. And Professor, it's going to be unbelievable. So much action this weekend. Really looking forward to what's in store.
I want to say hello to a friend of the show, Tim Wood from NWA Gold is in the chat. Thank you, Tim, for tuning in. Yes, we have a double shot this week in Coliseum Pro and BST, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, presenting Clash at the Coliseum and Mega Clash. It's going to be a huge weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get down and break down the matches. What do you say?
Sounds good. We'll kick things off for Friday night show, Coliseum.
Yep, this is at the YMCA Rapola Center, 790 Central Ave, Bridgeport, Connecticut. We're going to start off Lou Jacobs stepping in for a Mark Alexander, who was initially scheduled for this match. He'll be taking on Gorgeous Greg Baylor. What do you say?
Really excited for this match. The SoCal original Lou Jacobs making his return to Connecticut. He has been away back home in Texas, actually, with his family for a little bit, for a couple months, for personal reasons. And we're so excited to see the SoCal original back in action. And he's going up for the first time ever against Gorgeous Greg, the 17-year-old veteran, who is, he's really has called himself the hottest looking, hottest performing, hottest rising star in professional wrestling. And he definitely talks a big game, but, if you see his in-ring ability, he really knows what he's doing. And so I'm really excited to see what Gorgeous Greg is able to do against a veteran like Lou Jacobs. Very excited to see Lou back in action again. Haven't seen him in quite a few months, so looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, I think while he was down in Texas, he was working a bunch of matches as well, right?
Yeah,
Partaking
he
in
was,
some indies down there.
Yeah, so definitely, don't expect any ring rust or anything from the SoCal original. Lou's definitely gonna bring the fire, bring the energy, going up against Gorgeous Greg. So should be a good match.
From there we have the Armada taking on Bobby Buffet, Sean Venor, and Christian Rocco. Those are Monster Factory guys, all three of them.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because, Lucas Chase last time at Course of Honor after successfully defending his CPW championship against Nutrius X. Which, side note, if you were not at the last Coliseum show, you might be confused that I said Nutrius X. Unfortunately, Montekia once again was not able to make it for other reasons. So Lucas Chase, his new challenger was then Nutrius X, and they went to war. But Lucas Chase still was on top and was still your CPW World Champion. After the match is what really got interesting, because he mentioned that at the next CPW show, he was coming back, but he was not coming alone. He is bringing his two buddies from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, being Chad Lennox and Slim Seven, as the three of them form the Armada. And, they're taking on three talented guys in, as you mentioned, Monster Factory Pro, Bobby Buffet, the heavyweight champion for them, as well as Sean Venor and Christian Rocco. Six really talented man, now I have seen all of these men except for Chad, Lennox, and Slim Seven. I've not seen these two compete live. Don't know much about them just yet, but associating themselves with a great talent like Lucas Chase, as well as they come from the learning tree of the natural Dustin Rhodes, you can only expect some good quality talent out of both Chad, Lennox, and Slim Seven. So I'm really excited to see what the Armada has in store once Friday comes at Coliseum.
Speaking of Nutrius X, he'll be taking on the flyest in the room, Fly 9 Noriega. That's in the match I am very interested in seeing. Nutrius X returning to the ring earlier in the year for Empire Pro. He's been working a number of matches around the area, taking on Fly 9 Noriega.
Yeah,
Bright. The future is bright for this for Fly 9.
absolutely. Talk to him. Fly Nye has been busting his ass in that ring. He is. I mean, he's just incredible to watch. And he always is the type that has a mixed reaction. He's got some support. So you hear some cheers, some boos, but no matter what, you can't deny the talent that he has. Definitely knows what it means to be a professional wrestler. This business, I know being in that ring means a lot to him, as well as Nutrius X. And they both are definitely looking, and they both have a little some ground to make up. As obviously we mentioned, Nutrius X, he fell short in his match against Lucas Chase last time out at Coliseum. So he's coming off a tough loss, and Fly Nye, along with Greg Baylor, both were coming off a loss to the Uptown Boys in the first round of the CPW tag title tournament. So both coming off tough losses. So they both are definitely looking to make up for a tough last time out at Course of Honor. So they're both ready. They're very hungry to get back into the win column. So it should be a real exciting, fast-paced match between both of these stars.
A match, two debuting stars for Coliseum Pro, two I've never seen before. The American Kid taking on the Flying Lucha Pig. Ham.
Yeah. Just like you said, Professor, I have not worked with any of these two men before, so I'm really excited for what's in store. As like I said, American Kid. Just looking at his promo picture, seems like the type to be maybe a bit of like a high flyer.
Yep.
Whereas the Flying Lucha Pig, obviously maybe he is a high flyer, but seeing his size, he looks more of a powerhouse. So I'm kind of excited. So my guess is we've got two different styles coming your way. So I'm kind of excited to see what these two are going to do when they mix it up in the ring.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that match. I have no idea what I'm in store for here. I'm probably might regret saying that. Who knows? Let's see. It's gonna be a triple threat for the Coliseum Pro Strong Willed Championship. My podcast partner, who's not here this week, Showtime, Marcel Williams taking on former PAPW heavyweight champion, the Red Lion, Chris Battle, and Buzz Bloodsaw in a triple threat for the Strong Willed Championship. Did I say that?
Yeah. Strong Willed Championship. Another inaugural crowning will take place this Friday night at Clash in the Coliseum in Bridgeport. Three well-deserved veterans that definitely deserve the recognition for what they've accomplished in this business. Showtime Marcel Williams, who's accomplished it all over in PAPW. He's been world champion. He's been intercontinental champion, U.S. champ, Alley Fights champ, tag champ, inaugural Hercules Hernandez tournament winner. He's been a Rumble in Paradise winner. He has been anytime, any gold gauntlet winner. I mean, he's accomplished it all. So, and plus he's coming off a win last time out at Course of Honor in his debut match at CPW against Mark Alexander. What a match that was. So he's coming in with a lot of momentum, as well as Buzz Bledsoe, who's coming off a win against Steve Stenson last time out at CPW. Buzz Bledsoe, of course, no stranger to PAPW, being the longest reigning U.S. champ in company history. Another well-respected veteran, and of course, the Red Lion, Chris Battle, who, leader of the Battle Academy. He's accomplished a lot. Currently, the heavyweight champ in PAPW, and I believe this is his debut for CPW.
Correct. Yep.
So really excited. This is I'm probably pulling the bias card out now. This is probably the match I'm most excited for. Three well-respected veterans in this business going at it for the newest prize in CPW. So it's going to be, this probably isn't even a sleeper. This probably could be match of the night most likely with these three going at it.
That's what I was about to say. I think that this is going to be match of the night. This match here. All right, from there we've got, you ready? Former tag team partners. Obviously, we found out they couldn't work together in the tag team tournament. Zachariah Gibbs taking on the guy, Jack Dalton. This is a match I'm also looking forward to.
Yeah, a lot of bad blood now between the two of
Yep.
them. The last time out, they were the Gibbs and Guy show. They fell short in round one, the tag title tournament against the Battle Academy, and then some frustration from Jack Dalton, as towards the end of the match, Gibbs tagged himself in when it looked like Dalton had the match in the bag, and that really frustrated the hell out of Dalton. And he, at the end of the match, took out his frustration on the Amish man himself. And just like that, it was a one and done for the Gibson Guys show. And now kind of, excited to see what, this friction between these two competitors, what's it going to look like now? Because obviously Jack Dalton probably is excited to probably continue what he started in that attack on Gibbs after the match. But of course, Zachariah Gibbs is out for some vengeance himself. So going to be interesting to see what these two are going to do now that they are no longer tag partners, even though, again, it was a one and done thing. Although Gibbs and Guy's show had a nice ring to it for some reason. But we will find out this Friday if it really is the Gibbs show or is it the Guy show. We'll find out.
Which way are you going to go with on this match here?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about this one, Professor. Like I said, both are really solid competitors. But I don't know. This is a tough one because they both obviously have bad blood. They both are coming to kick some ass. So could really go either way on this one. If I have to say, maybe with the frustration that he had from last time out, I would think maybe Dalton might be the favorite in this one. Only because of the frustration that he had last time out. He had the match in the bag. Zachariah Gibbs tagged himself in. That was really poor communication there. That was poor tag team wrestling on Zachariah Gibbs' part, might I add. So, I really think, Dalton has a lot more anger and aggression coming into this match after losing an opportunity at Tag Team Gold. So, so I think maybe Dalton might be the favorite in this one, in my eyes.
Yeah. From there, of course,
but you can't doubt Zachariah Gibbs. You can't doubt the Amish.
No, you can't. He does have
listen,
he does
that
have
guy
the
is
experience.
On a farm. He's on a farm 24/7, milking cows, churning butter, doing the whole thing, plowing and mowing lawns and whatever. So you can never underestimate a true Amish man. So can go either way.
Let's not forget the newly crowned Coliseum Pro Tag Team Champions Battle Academy. Lorenzo Vendetta and Hunter Tarka will be in action against, at this time, unnamed opponents.
Yeah, so I don't know if this will be a tag title match, only because
Mm-hmm.
they're in action. That's all that's been advertised. My understanding though is from the poster that has been advertised, I do see that Skylar Gray will still be there in their corner, but one person that we have not seen, we didn't see last time out, uh, their other Battle Academy brother, no good Jake Lynn, is supposed to be there in their corner as well. So we'll see all five members of the Battle Academy at Clash in the Coliseum. But I'm very, very excited for what this title run could be for the Battle Academy. This is their first taste of championship gold. They've definitely learned so much since being under the guidance of Red Lion Chris Battle. So, um, I expect nothing but great things to come for both Hunter Tarka, No Mercy Hunter Tarka, No Love Lorenzo Vendetta, as they are the inaugural CPW Tag Champs. So gonna be interesting. And of course, who knows what who their opponents are. I mean, for all we know, I mean FTR could come out for all we know, and they be looking. Listen, they've already got the ROH, the AAA, and the IWGP tag titles. You never know. They could be looking for some CPW tag title gold for all we know. So we don't know who their opponents are. So that's why you got to tune in, and check us out this Friday in Bridgeport to see who their opponents are going to be.
We got this gentleman in the chat, Kevin Sabin, saying Gibbs has the experience. However, angry and hungry youth could prevail, regarding the Gibbs Dalton match.
He's got a good point.
Yeah. Hello, Kevin, and thank you for tuning in. We've also let's not forget, Sunset Steve Garcia will be making his Coliseum Pro debut. Also at this time, unnamed opponent, at least when I took my notes.
Yep, same here. No opponent has been announced for Sunset Steve, so should be very interesting. Very excited. Obviously, if you're a fan of CPW, you're most likely a fan of PAPW, EPW, TOS, BST, and all that. So you are definitely no stranger to Sunset Steve Garcia. He definitely knows how to mix it up in the ring. Currently, the PAPW Alley Fights champ, and he's now making his way to CPW for the first time. So very, very excited to watch his debut because he really knows what he's doing in that ring. He always puts on a great show. Always kicks some ass, and very talented in the ring. So I'm really excited to see him branch out even more as he's now joining the CPW roster. So should be.
We got Jack Dalton in the chat.
Ooh! At the end of the night, Gibbs is gonna call me his Jack Daddy. That's got to be a shirt now. That's
there you
gonna
go.
be a shirt, Mr. Guy.
There you go.
I expect that this Friday that should be a shirt. That would be hilarious. I won't buy one though. I mean, I keep it unbiased. Talkin Tommy keeps his distance. But
I'm a shirt collector. All I do is buy shirts. So come on, Jack, let's do it.
That should be a shirt. That would be very interesting. Interesting to see. So.
Yeah, Sunset Steve, a great competitor. He's always fun to watch. He's really improved over the last couple of years. Looking forward to seeing him making his debut here at Coliseum Pro.
Yeah, true fan favorite. And unless I missed one, I believe we've covered it all for Clash in the Coliseum.
Correct. That is it.
And so now I guess we will move along.
We'll switch over to the Blood, Sweat, and Tears Mega Clash, which will take place August 20th, 2022. That's this Saturday at the Same venue, YMCA Rafola Center, 790 Central Ave, Bridgeport, Connecticut. You can go online to purchase tickets. For you audio listeners, there will be a link in the chat as well to purchase tickets for this. It's going to be a really, really good show. I'm hoping to get there. We'll have to see. Um, yeah, man, I think that it's going to be an incredible weekend for professional wrestling. We're going to start this one off here. We're going to break down these matches. The BST Monarchs Championship. Champion Eva De La Rosa taking Vita Von Star.
Very excited to see what this is. This is going to look like. Evie De La Rosa, as any of you BST fans out there know, that she just recently dethroned I believe it was over a year-long reign of Big Juicy as the BST Monarchs champion. So Evie De La Rosa, definitely though, her first title defense is not going to be an easy one. Vita Von Star, who I've unfortunately have not worked with yet, but I know nothing but good things about her in the ring. So really going to be a good showdown, between these two very talented female stars. Um, and excited to see, Evie De La Rosa, just dethroned a super champion, in Big Juicy, but her title reign could be short lived against Vita Von Star. Very talented.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good matchup. I'm looking forward to this. Let's see. From here, this is going to be a really, really awesome match, I think. One of my favorite competitors. It's been making the rounds in the Northeast between New York and Connecticut. Matt Awesome taking on Ryan Frost. I can't wait for this match, man. Ryan's an awesome competitor. Awesome is an awesome competitor, no pun intended. Obviously, we've been witnessing him a lot at PAPW. We've been seeing him a lot at Coliseum Pro and elsewhere. This match should be brutal and hard hitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Awesome, a member of the Uptown Boys with Jared Diaz, but he's coming alone. He's coming solo this time to maybe hit Ryan Frost with the chancla. Um, but Ryan Frost, definitely another hard hitting star in the making. Should really be very, very exciting. I'm really excited to see what these two are, because I'm if I'm correct, this is a first time meeting, I think, between the two. I don't
I
recall if
believe
these two
so.
have faced off before, so gonna be hard hitting for sure. Excited to see what it's gonna look like.
We've got my favorite tag team of the last 5 years. Former the only three-time Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling tag team champions, the House of
Absolutely.
Pain, Nick and Hakim taking on the Brick City Boys. The Brick City Boys have been making their names all over the Northeast between and beyond wrestling, Wrestling Open. Uh, I believe they've made a limitless appearances. They've been making appearances in Northeast wrestling, and now they're coming here to Blood, Sweat, and Tears to take on the House of Pain. This is going to be another brutal matchup, I believe.
Definitely. This will definitely be tag team wrestling at its
Yes.
finest. HOP. So well, you already said, Professor, the only three-time PAPW tag team champions, the longest reigning PAPW tag team champions. They've won tag team gold all over, and they're going up, against the Brick City Boys, Victor Chase, and Jay Cruz, who have made their way. Of course, we've seen them on AEW Dark. They were just recently, and they definitely just got a bit stronger, I'd say, as this past weekend at Northeast Wrestling, no pun intended, were victorious in their 10-man tag, along with Lucas Chase, Jay Haru, and BRG, Victorious BRG. And it seems like we got a new little faction going on, as we have, I believe they are calling themselves Victorium, the five
Yep.
of those gentlemen, Lucas Chase, BRG, Jay Haru, and Brick City Boys. I mean, so they've gotten some backup. They have gotten stronger, and really excited to see. But then again, they're going up against HOP, and you know, maybe I'm gonna pull the for this time now. I will pull out the Talking Tommy's bias card on this one. It's still gonna be their house, their rules. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. Let's be mature for once. Nick Payne, Hakeem Ali, the size of those arms of Hakeem Ali, the beautiful beard of Nick Payne, HOP, they get the job done every single damn night. It will be their house, their rules by the end of this matchup. Brick City boys, very talented, but it's not their time yet. It's not their house just yet.
I'm going to get to see the Brick City Boys a couple times this weekend. But we'll break away from this for a second. I'm going to be at the Beyond show on Sunday, where they'll be taking on our pals, Miracle Generation, in the independent tag team tournament finals. Kylan King and Flash Waller, Dustin Flash Waller, excuse me.
Wow,
So,
that should be a banger. Because
absolutely.
they've gone to war multiple times. If I'm correct,
Absolutely.
I believe this is chapter 3.
Between,
Brick
I
City
believe
and
that.
Miracle. I
Yep.
believe Brick City. I believe they each have a victory over each other. So,
I believe they've wrestled in multiple organizations against each other. Northeast Wrestling, I believe, and Beyond or Wrestling Open. So yeah, they know each other very well.
yeah. So it's going to be that should be a 5-star match in my eyes. Definitely, no
Absolutely.
doubt. So excited to see what that's going to look like.
So there's going to be a 3-way. The guy,
Three-way
Jack
dance.
Dalton. Yeah, the guy, Jack Dalton, taking on Sunset Steve and Mark Alexander. Now, is he going to be
Mighty
here on
Mark.
Saturday? So he's not going to be there on Friday, but he will be here on Saturday, correct?
As far as I know, I've not heard anything from BST management. I have not heard anything as well, of course, on their social media pages. Nothing has been changed. Obviously, we know cards subject to change. It happens. But I have not seen any changes to the card for BST in terms of Money Mark Alexander. So I expect that he will still be there on Saturday for BST. Should be a good one. These three, the guy Jack Dawns. We already talked about him a little bit. We also talked about Sunset Steve for a little while too. But Mark Alexander, obviously, he's incredible.
He's a great competitor. Yeah, young up and comer. He is fast paced, hard hitting, and he puts on a phenomenal match every time he's out there.
Yeah, and he is probably has been one of the most likable characters, one of the most likable guys out there in the ring. Just seeing how the fans get behind him should be really, really exciting. So I'm excited to see what these three are going to do when they mix it up in this 3-way dance. But I can assure you, there's not going to be any dancing, no salsa, no cha-cha, no none of that. None of that BS. They're gonna wrestle. They're gonna fight. They're gonna get it going.
Let's see. We got Kevin Sabin making comment here. It says, I think it's going to be a rough weekend for the Brick City Boys, HOP, and Miracle Generation for the wins. Yes, I think that's true.
Brick City might be running into a couple brick walls.
Yeah, especially with the HOP. Jeez. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Jack Dalton commenting again. Friday and Saturday will be nothing less than the Guy Show. There you go. Make sure you bring some shirts this weekend, Mr. Dalton. Thank you.
Daddy Jack.
There you go. We got a 6-way scramble. This match.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be crazy and all over the place. We got Kylan King, take Bobby Buffet, Mike Skyros, Ichiban, Matthias, and Marcus Mathers.
That is a lot of talent in one ring.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. 203, Kylan King, and who is obviously, we talked about him briefly, one half of Miracle Generation. Obviously we know what he's capable of. He's just incredible in the ring. Mike Skyros, the Moonlight Sun, who is
tremendous competitor. Phenomenal.
Yeah, he's hard hitting. Of course, Bobby Buffet. All he does is eat. The hungriest man in pro wrestling. Who I don't know. Have we seen him at Blood, Sweat, and Tears before? Is this a debut for
This,
him?
I believe, is his first time. I was not at the last show, so I don't think he was there, but uh, I have not seen him at BST yet.
Yeah. So I think this might be a debut. I am 90% certain that this is Matthias's first time at BST. Is that correct? I thought I saw a post
You said it's
on
his first time. I think it might be his first.
on BST's Instagram. I think I saw something. This is Matthias's debut in
Yeah,
BST.
I'm a hundred.
Um,
I'm like just about 100% certain that that is correct. I don't think I've ever seen him listed here ever.
and if that's the case, BST fans, you're in for a treat. But of
Yep.
course, if you're a BST fan, you're probably a PAPW TOS fan, and you probably know already about the Uruguayan sensation, Matthias. I mean, former multiple-time PAPW heavyweight champion. He's been intercontinental champion PAPW. He's accomplished it all. He's an extremely talented competitor, one of the most popular guys out there in the ring. So he delivers every single time a great performance. So it's going to be awesome to see him square up against all these talented men. As well, we also have two more. Marcus Mathers, another talented competitor who I believe last time at BST went to war with Kylon King. Is that correct? Him and Kai went to war one-on-one last time, or am I mistaken that for another show?
I don't see. I wasn't at the last show, so that part I don't remember. I believe it was last time I saw Kylon, Skyros, and was it Bobby Ocean in a three-way? I think it was the show in February, I believe.
I think that was back in February. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure recently at a BST show there was Kylon King and Marcus Mathers, and that was a thriller of a throwdown.
Yeah.
So putting Marcus Mathers in the same ring as Kylon King, it's going to be incredible. And then, of course, we can't forget coming all the way from the number one dojo, number one himself, Ichiban, who, of course, we know what he's capable of. He's always hyper, always exciting in the ring. So it's going to be incredible seeing these six men, six very talented individuals going at it in this six-way scramble. So should be really exciting. Could probably sleeper for match of the night.
Yeah. Let's see. From there, we got the tag team championships. The Haven taking on the Armada. The Armada in town for a couple shows this weekend.
Yeah. This is going to be a war. These last two matches actually are going to be a war, as it's basically Miracle Generation versus Armada. The Haven, Sean Knight, Jay Onyx, the reigning BST tag team champions, following their successful title defense last time out. I believe it was against the Uptown Boys. They were then viciously attacked after the match by the Armada. So they definitely are coming out strong, getting ready to get some revenge on Chad Lennox and Slim Seven. And of course, Slim Seven and Chad Lennox looking to finish what they started last time following that brutal attack on the Haven and bring the BST tag titles back to RWA, back to the natural, to Daddy Dustin Rhodes. And we'll see. This is definitely going to be a war between these two, because obviously we see the beef between both teams. So going to be really exciting to see what these two teams are going to do when they mix it up in the squared circle. Plus with the tag titles on the line. So a lot at stake here.
And the Haven, another team that's been making their rounds all over the Northeast as well. So they're getting out there. So this is they're getting that experience. They're looking tremendous lately.
Yeah, I saw recently they worked at I think it was Blitzkrieg Pro.
Yep.
They worked against the Shook Crew,
Yeah.
Creative Pros products, Bobby Orlando and Bryce Donovan. They what a match that was! I actually caught most of the highlights and saw those two teams. I mean, they were incredible. Um, and so they said they've been traveling all around. They've been making a name for themselves, and I am so looking forward to what's going down with these guys. And should be, like I said, it's going to be a war for the tag titles come
Yeah.
Saturday night.
I guess from
And
there, the
speaking
main
of
event.
wars, yeah,
Yeah, the
speaking
main
of
event of
wars,
the
this is going to
evening.
be a war. Ladder match. In fact, the BST Championship is going to be hanging from the ceiling of the YMCA as Dustin Flash Waller, puts the title on the line against none other than the Cure, Lucas Chase. Um,
That's the man
what
that he
more?
defeated for the championships, and now this is going to be the match.
I mean, Professor, what more is there to say about these two? Flash, it's Flash versus Cure. It's gonna be, like I said, this is another war. You know, this is a lot of there's been a lot of build up to this. These two have obviously are ready to go at it um, for the richest prize in all of BST. So the Cure is hungry because he has been waiting very patiently, and the Cure does not. He patience is rarely tolerated with Lucas Chase. Um, he's been waiting patiently though for his rematch for the BST title, and
What's it been? Close to 2 years now since that happened.
it's been too long. Is a
Yeah.
good way of putting it for the Cure, one of the most talented wrestlers in the area today. And of course, Dustin Waller being one of the most talented in his own right. But he's definitely been holding it down as the BST champ for well over a year, and maybe even longer than a year. And but now you know, Flash definitely though at a little disadvantage here because he does not need to be pinned or submitted to lose the championship. Obviously, all Lucas has got to do is just climb the ladder and get that belt, and it's back with him. And obviously, Lucas Chase, he has been on a hunt for gold as he is currently the CPW World Champion as well as the PAPW Intercontinental Champion. Of course, Flash, not only is he BST champ, but he's one half of the TOS Test of Strength Tag Team Champions with Kylon King. So they both are two belt men right now. So we'll see if it's going to remain that way at the end of the night on Saturday, or will we see the Cure? We got another comment? Looks like from
Mr. Dalton. That's a
Daddy
big,
Jack.
nice. Yeah, it's a nice, big, shiny belt. I'll be watching that match closely.
Hey, with all due respect, Mr. Guy, I would recommend win your three-way dance first, outdance your two opponents, and to build that momentum, and then you could set your sights on that main event. So don't get ahead of yourself. You're very talented. You certainly are the guy. I give you that. I give you that credit. You are a good-looking man. And Talkin Tommy admires other good-looking men. When you're good-looking, lady-loving like yours truly, I admire and appreciate and respect the ones that follow in my footsteps and being good looking. So I like you. I like you, Jack. You're good, but focus one match at a time. Win your match, then go for more. One step at a time.
So where do you think that match is going to go, Tommy? Before we get out of here,
This is gonna go either way, Professor,
yeah,
because
no real
obviously it's a ladder match, so there is no disqualification. So you could expect to see Chad Lennox, Slim Seven get involved. You could see Kylon King and the Haven get involved. So it could be, hell, for all we know, Jack Dalton could come out and get involved. There's no disqualification. So, anything could happen. But what all that matters is who's going to be climbing that ladder and taking. What do we got? Too bad he won't get past Mr. Gibbs.
Ray McCullough.
Ray.
Thank you for commenting. I'm sure Jack Dalton, you should wonder if
Jack
you want to.
Dalton, I assume Jack Dalton is still here, so you could definitely take that up with him on that one.
Whoa. Says I'm going to beat all of your faves from Jack Dalton. Thank you, sir. There you go. I don't know about that. We'll see.
But it's going.
He's got the skills. He's got the skills. He's only been in the ring for a few months. He's definitely got the skills. He's ever improving, going up that ladder. He's a very, very great competitor for only being in the ring a short time that he has been. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the future will bring for this young man.
Going to be very exciting. Going to be a great weekend. So fans, please tune in. You will come and you will certainly see myself. You'll see my broadcast colleague, the dapper one, Matt DeCourt, as well on Friday night at Coliseum. Unfortunately, I am unable to be at Blood, Sweat, and Tears on Saturday, as I will be in Granby, Connecticut for the invasion, the PAPW invasion of the Taco Fest, the Connecticut Taco Fest. So unfortunately, I will not be at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. My understanding is the dapper one, Matt DeCourt, as well, unfortunately, will not be at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But you are in good hands, as my understanding is the lovely Cindy Hart will be doing the ring announcing duties at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I'm like 99% sure, 99% certain that is the case. And if that is, BST fans, you're in good hands. So it's going to be a great weekend of wrestling. So despite, unfortunately, I said I will not be at BST, but still make sure you get your way to Bridgeport and support Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Support the guys that are busting their ass there, that are pouring out their blood, sweat, and tears for you fans. And as well, make sure you get over to it's all in the same venue. Back to Bridgeport on Friday for Coliseum. It's going to be another great night, another historic night, as we are crowning an inaugural Strong-Willed Champion, Williams, Battle, Bloodsaw, and so much more coming your way. A huge weekend of wrestling. So again, please get your tickets now. I believe $20 per ticket. If that is correct, you can get them online. As Professor mentioned, there should be a link. Is that correct, Professor? You still have the link up?
Yep. I'm going to put the link in the description of this episode. Everybody that's listening, please go click that link, buy your tickets. Come out to Coliseum Pro, come out to Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Support independent wrestling. It's the backbone of the professional wrestling industry. So,
right.
Everybody you see on TV started there. So let's just say that. I'm looking forward to this weekend. The huge weekend for professional wrestling in New England and Connecticut specifically this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Tommy, I want to thank you for tuning in, for joining me. I want to thank you, Mr. Jack Dalton, for being so active in the chat tonight, giving us your opinions. Ray, Kevin, everybody else, Tim, thank you for jumping in the chat. and everybody that tuned in and broadcast to the broadcast. And we'll see you sometime this weekend. Have a great day, everybody.
Take care, folks.